We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start on the ground with Benson. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
To throw, it's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Turner. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up the new set of downs.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They begin the drive with Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 80 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Arizona defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Cardinals' 36-yard line.
Here's Penix. Man open. That's Ray McCloud. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
That's caught left side with tight end Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7.
Cardinals 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw is Murray. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
3rd and 9 here.
2-2.
Now Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Cardinals had 8 and 6 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To the air, Penix. Into the hands of London. They get 14 back, but it leads down to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Murray. He completes it to Jones. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona 1st. Murray now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Benson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Big Ace open, Big Ace open.
Here's Murray. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
2-2.
Throwing now is Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2-2.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half. And as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Now Penix. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Murray going to throw. Getting this into the hands of Turner. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking left side of his got a man. That's Benson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Shotgun now from Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Murray now to throw. And he's got it. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. Ooh, with a juke. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 119 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come up with his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his target. That's complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Cardinals 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Benson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 27.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
19, Tiger, 19.
They'll throw with Penix. Throw left side. There's London. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, Penix. And he is caught. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Caught by London. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with the 1st and 10. Murray, strong running. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. To throw, it's Murray. That is caught downfield by Harrison. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marvin Harrison Jr., 62 yards. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
28, Cardinals 14.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And looking to throw, Penix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read there by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
To throw is Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Ryland on for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close. One-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now Penix going to hold on to it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Penix. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will score. It's a big 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
This crowd alive again. Some were headed for the exits, but a fourth-quarter comeback has tied things up as the kick is away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. McLeod on the right side complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him? Either fell over.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side. He's got it.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Fighting through, he's got space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Murray looking to change the play here. On 1st down, right back to Benson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and 6 coming up. They'll go again. Oh, no, lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. A give up the middle with Benson.
Carmen, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And this one is right through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. First and 10. Here's a screen for Robinson.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now some trickery. They fake the spike. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This could potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And taken down just shy of the 40. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They ultimately lost the lead. But right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to get out in front and force your opponent to play from behind with a good drive here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now a first throw here in overtime. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The temptation to go for it, probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give left side for Benson. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.